In this video, I want to show you how you can find time to create a video series for your business using this very simple productivity system coming up. What's going on, everybody? My name is Karim Mustafa. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Tribe Tactics. And in this series of videos, we basically want to give you everything that you need to be able to plan and grow your very own original series for your business. And so today I'm going to talk about this notion of how do we actually find time to create a show, because it sounds great. We definitely have some level of interest. It's just a matter of resources. Like, we don't exactly know how we can put a plan together where we can feasibly do this without breaking the bank and without breaking the bank pretty much, right? As well as, our team is already stretched thin. There's so much stuff on their plate, but we do recognize that this is important. So how do we actually effectively carve out time for that? So I did want to share with you a very simple productivity system that I came across, which could be helpful here. So first of all, you need to come up with a plan for all the different tasks that are required to be able to both plan and distribute your show. So we do actually have an episodic content framework that we follow with our clients and even with ourselves. And I'll put a link down to it below. But basically, it's plan, produce, repurpose, and distribute. If you're able to come up with all the necessary steps needed for each one of these pillars, then you are already on your way to becoming a lot more productive, because you can start to visibly see everything on one page that you need to do to make this show a success. And don't worry, we're going to give you, or rather, you're going to get plenty of ideas by just looking at the episodic framework that we have put together. So definitely check that out. So that's the first thing. The next thing is to actually build standard operating processes for every single step in that journey for you to create that show. So standard operating processes, or SOPs, you basically need to have a repeatable, teachable way to be able to easily explain how to complete every step from A to Z. And then the next thing is to actually employ the productivity system, which I call ADB for short, for short. And it's basically automate, delegate, and batch. So the things that you can automate from the list that you've created, mark them with an A. Perhaps you're doing this in a Google Sheet. Basically mark them with an A, because this way you can tell yourself that you can easily automate these things, perhaps using other technologies out there, and we'll talk about that in just a second. The next one is delegate. So again, anything that can't really be automated, but it could easily be maybe delegated to somebody else on your team who might have more time to do this, or just has more experience and capability to do this. You can mark that with a D. And then last but not least are the things remaining which you cannot automate and you cannot delegate. And you certainly can't delete it because it's something that's part of the process, in which case you can mark it with a B for batch. So that means that you would actually do these tasks yourself, because there's no other option. And these tasks are things that you would batch do, so that you're able to get into a state of flow as you complete these tasks. So think of all the things you can automate, the things that you can delegate, and then what's remaining for you to do will then be things that you would batch together across a set of different hours, or maybe even specific days that you mark in your diary as such. So once you have each task marked as automate, delegate, or batch, you're already like very, very far into the process of making things so much simpler for you and your team to understand how to put a process behind it. So I wanted to leave you with two ideas on things that you could, one thing that you can easily automate, and one thing that you can easily delegate. So the first one is, in terms of something that you can automate, is actually finding smaller clips to repurpose from your larger video episodes. So once you actually promote your video episodes, you're going to be publishing the full episodes, but naturally you'll want to prepare some teasers and some clips from that. And one tool that we've actually developed that you can use starting for free is called Chopcast, where you can easily upload all of these video episodes and, using AI, be able to find keywords and topics that were included within these video episodes, and very easily subtitle these clips and get them. So that's one thing that you can already do to help save you a ton of time, help save your team a ton of time. The second thing, which is something that you can delegate in this case, is basically guest outreach and sending invitations. You might come up with a template for reaching out to guests, and you may also find somebody on your team who has the time and ability, or maybe you might outsource this, basically somebody who understands your target persona and is ready to send these outreach emails, whether it's through emails or whether it's through LinkedIn, on behalf of your team, to be able to help you build these relationships and invite people onto your show to be guests in that regard. So that's basically it. To summarize, definitely consider the automate, delegate, batch system, the ADB system. And once you have that in place, you'll be able to look at all of your list of tasks and mark them accordingly. And you'll already be on your way to carving a lot more time for you to be able to create your video series for your business. Hopefully that was helpful, and please let us know what you thought in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.